Hey everyone, this is Ben Albee. I'm a Senior Client Success Manager at CompStak. In my last video, I showed you how to construct a custom portfolio of properties. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the Portfolio Overview tab, the Lease Activity tab, and the Property tab as well. Now, one thing to call out here is we do have the ability to further toggle and filter down on this portfolio. So I constructed a custom portfolio of New York City Class A office buildings. At any point, if I wanted to further reduce the list down by building size, lease expirations, if I had multiple classes by class, we have the ability to further toggle down the portfolio that way. At any point, we also can add new properties to the portfolio. We can download the data, or we could also share it directly with colleagues who have access to CompStak. Now, starting out at the top, we'll show you the portfolio overview section where we can surface the properties and where they're located on the map. In the case of a multi-market portfolio, the map would reflect those different markets. You'd be able to zoom in and see how those properties are allocated and dispersed across the markets you had selected. We show you high-level trends. So this is showing me the average effective rent. It's a 3-month moving average over the last 3 years. At any point, we have the ability to toggle through the different attributes that we're tracking at the portfolio level, change the time horizon, and the monthly moving average as well. We'll show you property stats, portfolio rent stats. This is giving me a sense of how many properties in my portfolio, what's the active lease square footage, what is my average in-place rent across the entire portfolio. At any point, if I wanted to further filter down, once again, all of these numbers would update live. As CompStak collects new leasing data, these numbers would update as well. So if I come back in a month and we've added substantially more leasing information to a property that's been leased up, these aggregations would change with you. Moving on to the risk analysis component, we give you a matrix showing me buildings that are high performers with high expiration risk, high performers with low expiration risk, so on and so forth. The y-axis, as you can see, is plotting the delta between the average rent in the building versus the CompStak estimated starting rent. So for buildings in this quadrant here, we're saying that the average rent in the building is substantially below where we think the rent should be, which could introduce a good opportunity to bring some of those tenants to current market rates if I'm an owner of one of these buildings, or a good acquisition target if I'm working in the acquisition space. On the x-axis, we're showing you the number of leases that are expiring within the next 24 months as a function of the total leases in the building. So 100% would mean 100% of the leases in those buildings are expiring in the next 24 months. The converse is true for the 0% line. So this is just plotting my expiration risk. Beneath, we have some visualization showing you the expiration schedule by year, my top tenants, these industries in which those tenants are located, and then a breakdown. So in this case, this is an office portfolio, 100% is allocated to office. In the case in which we brought in a mixed use owner, we would see the distribution of those different space types as well as building class, and then the property count by square footage. Now, scrolling back up to the top, we'll also show you all of the underlying leasing data for you to further dig into that. We could filter by recency, when deals were updated, and we can look at just active leases. We could remove subleases, so on and so forth. And then last but not least, if I want to customize my portfolio further by removing properties or adding properties, we can click off those individual buildings and remove them from my search. And we can actually go back and see where all those properties are located on the map, or click into them and toggle us back to the property page to look into the underlying data further.